Hey guys, we just got done riding KTM's 2020 390 Adventure. This is an all new entry-level adventure bike for those that want to experience the thrill of riding in the country. KTM's been building these adventure bikes for 23 years now. So 23 years of history, 23 years of legacy. And over the years, they've really honed the concept with its 1290 Adventure, 1090 Adventure, and 790 Adventure, which brings us to the new 390 Adventure. $6,200 for this motorcycle. And it's a really neat bike where other companies' entry-level adventure bikes are just that, entry-level. This motorcycle is focused on a type of rider who wants a little bit more performance than what's out there at that price point. Starting with the engine, this thing's powered by KTM's 373cc single-cylinder engine. It's liquid-cooled, dual overhead cam, 4-valve cylinder head. And this engine gets with the program. Puts out about 40 horsepower at the back tire, and it's quite a peppy machine. It rides very well, has good acceleration, enough power to lift the front wheel if you want to in first gear. The vibration, because it's a single cylinder engine, it has a lot of vibration. KTM put a counterbalancer in to try to quell some of that vibration, but you still feel a lot of that buzz through the handlebar and foot pegs. But still, for a $6,200 motorcycle, I wouldn't necessarily say that that vibration is out of place on a bike in this category. This motorcycle was outfitted with KTM's optional electronic quick shifter. So when you are shifting up through the gearbox, you do not need to use the cable actuated clutch. You simply press up on the shift lever and the ignition cuts out for 1 little millisecond and it goes in the next gear. And what that allows is for seamless acceleration. You just hold the throttle wide open and just go through the gearbox. It's really fun, really exhilarating. It also has downshift functionality, so you can be holding the throttle on and go down in the gearbox without using the clutch. Very nice high-end feature, and it's neat that KTM offers that as an option. Clutch, brakes, all the controls on this motorcycle. I like the adjustability. KTM's always really good about offering a lot of adjustability in their motorcycles, and this 390 Adventure has it with the adjustable clutch and brake levers. I also like the riding position. This motorcycle, even though it's entry level, it's not entry level size. I mean that in a good way. I'm 6 foot tall and I fit really well on this motorcycle. The seat's wide, it's well supportive. There's room for a passenger if you would like to bring someone with you. And this motorcycle rides really well. Even on the freeway, the engine's got enough power to pull it at 60, 70 miles per hour. The windscreen's adjustable via tool set up here in the front. You can move it between high and low positions. And the handguards, it blocks the wind really well. This bike doesn't have heated grips, but the plastic handguards do a good job of shielding your mitts from the elements. But overall, a very comfortable bike for an entry-level adventure bike. Suspension and chassis, KTM really has figured out the steel trellis frame on these bikes, and this thing rides really well. The fork, it actually has adjustment. You wouldn't expect a bike at this price point to have an adjustable fork, but it does. It has independent compression and rebound damping. There's no spring preload, unfortunately, but KTM says they did that just to keep the costs a little bit down. Conversely, the PDS non-linkage equipped shock has preload, spring preload adjustment and rebound damping adjustment. Almost 7 inches of travel fore and aft on this bike. So you have a lot of wheel travel on this thing. You can take this bike in some pretty precarious places. Most entry-level adventure bikes, you know, they kind of look cool, they look edgy, but you can't really take them anywhere. This bike you can. It comes with Continental's premium TKC 70 tire. Now this isn't a full enduro tire, but it's a good cross between pavement and off-road. You can still get some on the pavement when you're riding through the twisties, yet the tire has a little bit of edge on it so you can ride it in the sand, ride it in the dirt. It's actually a very friendly motorcycle with a full tank, 3.8 gallon fuel tank filled to the brim. This thing weighs in right around 380 pounds. And that's really a pleasing thing when you're riding off-road. Most adventure bikes weigh 470, 500 pounds plus. So when you're having a bike that weighs 100 pounds less, it makes it a lot easier to ride, whether you're a novice or an expert. Maintenance-wise, you know, after your initial 620 mile service, this thing requires oil changes only every 4,750 miles. So you're going to be able to get some distance out between maintenance cycles. Styling-wise, I really like how KTM stuck to its script with the 390 Adventure. It looks very similar to the 790 Adventure with its praying mantis style LED headlight. I love this side plate. It almost looks like you could put some numbers here and race this thing in Dakar. I also like the crash bars. That's a very, very handy feature. In case you tip the motorcycle over, you're not gonna damage the bike. Well, the bike's gonna be less susceptible to damage, I should say. The turn signals are halogen bulb, but that's really not a deal breaker. But all in all, a very, very attractive motorcycle that follows in suit with the rest of KTM's fabulous adventure bike lineup. Creature comforts wise, I like that this bike has a 12-volt power plug right front and center, so you can plug in a USB adapter to charge your phone or your GPS or whatever have you. I like the color TFT dash. It's KTM's older style display, so it's not the same one that they came out with on the 2020 1290 Super Duke R. But at this price point, this dash works really well. The menu navigation out of the buttons on the handlebar, it's fairly easy, fairly intuitive to use the menu system. The display itself, the fonts are a little crunched and a little bit small, but again, $6,200 for a bike with a color TFT dash, that's not a bad thing at all. I also like that this bike has adjustable engine and ABS modes. There's an off-road mode, there's a rain mode, so you can tailor the motorcycle's power and ABS to the way you like to ride. You actually can't fully disable ABS, even in off-road mode. Front ABS is on, but that's not really a deal breaker considering who is going to be buying this motorcycle. At the end of the day, if you're a rider who really wants to get outside and experience the thrill and excitement of adventure riding, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, this 2020 KTM 390 Adventure bike is an awesome option. Well, that's a wrap from the 2020 KTM 390 Adventure first ride. If you like what we did today, please subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.